Wave them around like you just don't care.
Welcome to the Kombat AllStar Show. Brought to you by Gunn.
That's so awkward. Okay. Yeah.
So, welcome to the Kombat AllStar Show. Brought to you by Quantum VFX, making the impossible possible.
What's up, peeps? We know we haven't been on here for a little while, but we're back.
Yep, we're doing the monthly thing now, and hey, it's working out. It's working out. You guys saw the awesome Street Fighter intro, so that's the kind of stuff we want to do. It feels like we've been away for so long.
Yeah.
We're still doing shows and still doing like the podcast and the Atomic Cast. And I apologize for not doing the podcast last week. I was sick, so whatever. But anyway, I mean, plus the streaming is doing well. So thank you guys for supporting that. That's awesome.
Yes, on streaming, as you know, we're on Twitch, twitch.tv. Under the Real Kombat AllStar Show. We also will be leaving the name under there.
Exactly.
Come check us every Sunday, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. And if you're a Westie like us, it'll be 8:30 p.m.
Mountain Standard.
There you go.
Or 7:30 Pacific Standard if you're in California.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get down to the skinny. All right?
Skinny.
The topics we're going to be talking about today, in no particular order. Of course, Street Fighter 5. You guys saw the massive intro. We're going to be talking about in the gaming section. In the comic section, we're going to be talking about crossovers and my favorite comic, Marvel versus DC. We're going to break it down a little bit, talk about the comic, and just kind of talk about that.
Just break it down because that's what we like to do.
And I've talked about it before, but this time we're going to go into detail and have a little fun with it.
Yeah.
And in movies, we're actually going to be talking about...
We're going to be talking about the Divergent Series, Allegiant, which is coming out this year. I shall be talking about it because I'm a movie buff.
And in Random Zone, we'll just leave that a surprise.
Yeah.
We'll leave that a surprise.
Yeah.
So without further ado,
let's go.
Let's get into the show.
Let's talk comic books.
In comic books, we're going to be talking about
Marvel's versus DC.
Yes, the comic that came out back in the day and all the youngsters forgot about.
Yeah.
It is basically an awesome slugfest between every Marvel superhero and every DC superhero. It's everybody. Everybody's fighting.
It's a pickup. Are you still selling this?
No, they're not. You can't buy this anywhere. You can't even buy it on Comixology. So
we can sell it. Probably get a lot of money.
This is my book. I ain't selling it for nothing. So so basically the premise behind the story.
I think you need to take a nap tonight, and then you might find it missing. I don't know how it's going to be missing.
No, it's not going to be missing because it's mine, and it's worn, and it's not mint, and it's mine. So basically the story behind this is there's two universes, and they're represented as two guys, and they don't know each other exists. So they turn around, boom, and they face each other, and they're like, oh my gosh, you exist. There can only be one universe in this space. So each guy picks out...
Combat, what do you mean they turn around?
They turn around to face each other. Apparently they're back to back.
Oh, the worlds?
The two universes.
Oh, yeah.
So the two universes are back to back. They don't know each other exist. They turn around for some weird reason, and they're like, oh, only one universe can exist in this space.
Oh.
And so what...
So they're like being territorial.
Yeah. So I'm just summing it up here. I'm not going to get into detail because there's a lot of details.
Okay.
But they face each other and they're like, you know what? We got to decide. One has to stay, one has to go. Let's pick 10 of your best people, and I'll pick 10 of my best people, and they will decide the fate of our universes.
What about just sharing? What about saying, hey, the universe is big enough for the both of us. Let's just share. And
there's
unison.
There's a part that the Shard, one of the guys that tries to merge everything or wants peace, he actually merges the universe for a brief time, and it's called Amalgam Universe, and they have the whole different series where Batman and Wolverine come together to become Darkclaw, and the Joker and Sabretooth come together to become a hyena. So they do that for a little bit in the comic.
What do you mean they merge together into one being?
Exactly.
Oh, that's creepy. I didn't mean that.
But it was still pretty cool. Okay. And there's a lot of fights that happen. There's Wonder Woman versus Storm. There's Superman versus Hulk. There's the Flash versus Quicksilver.
Yeah.
Batman versus Captain America.
Oh, that's awesome.
So even Silver Surfer versus Green Lantern. Wow. Mm-hmm. So, the list goes on and on. They have their 10, but everybody in the comic ends up fighting each other, whether they're champions or not. Mm-hmm. So,
I was about to say, they should turn into a movie maybe.
It would be an awesome movie, but this was back in the day before Disney bought Marvel, and back when DC, they were more independent, so they could do stuff like this.
Okay.
Now there's so much money in the pot and everything that those two companies coming together, Warner Brothers and Disney, I don't know if it's going to happen. Even a game would be nice, but I don't know.
Well, hasn't been a game out yet?
No, not even a game for this. So it's needless to say, it'll be interesting to see something like this, but I don't know if it's going to happen. There were some fights in here they didn't agree on. I can tell you who won and who lost. Between Storm and Wonder Woman. Yeah. Wonder Woman lost. Yeah. Struck by lightning. What?
I imagine her, and I'm not clouding like I love Wonder Woman, but I'm just imagining her like, no! And she gets electrocuted on her bracelets.
It should have centered the electricity when she was on the ground with her rubber boots. Aww. So, yeah. And then, okay, so that I didn't agree with at all, because Wonder Woman should have iced freaking Storm. She's just a regular person. No super strength, she just controls the weather. Yeah. They had Hulk versus Superman. Which, okay, so little backstory here for y'all who only watch the movies, no read the comics. There's a version of the Hulk that's the Professor.
Why so loud?
So I don't know. So the Professor is basically the Hulk. He can use all of his powers, and he still has his scientist brain. So is Bruce Banner completely in control of the Hulk? He calls himself the Professor. Yeah. So he is the strongest Hulk out of all the Hulks, even stronger than Red Hulk, Gray Hulk, all the Hulks. And he loses to Superman because he gets punched into the Grand Canyon.
So you don't think it's really accurate, the comic book?
No! Hulk should have iced this guy. Or at least Superman got beat and almost killed by Doomsday, who is nowhere near as strong as Hulk.
Plus he's intelligent now.
Exactly. Yeah. And Superman constantly gets his butt kicked by Darkseid, who is essentially the Professor. He's a genius with godlike power. So how is somebody who constantly gets smacked around like a little biatch by Darkseid and beats down by Doomsday loses to somebody who's essentially Darkseid? How does that happen?
I think it's the haircut. It's their haircut that did it.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe
Superman, yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's the long hair. That's why I won. That's my thing.
Yeah. Wolverine beats Lobo. Captain America, who's a super soldier, and Batman tied. No one, they were fighting for hours in this comic and they couldn't best each other. How does a super soldier not beat a man with gadgets?
I think Batman would have won that one.
I don't know. And the funniest
He's
fight.
not just a man with gadgets. He's extremely intelligent and he can fight.
I still think Captain America would have beat him. My 2 cents. Flash versus Quicksilver, that was the funniest fight out of everything because they were fighting at super speed. And we all know that Flash is fast as light and Quicksilver is fast as sound. So it was a no contest. And there was a scene in here. Let me see if I can find it to show you guys.
Light is faster than sound, right?
Yes. So there was a scene in here where the Flash was beating up on Quicksilver, went to go save somebody who got they were going to be hit by a truck. He went and saved a dad and his son, and then went back to fighting Quicksilver.
Oh, that's not.
So it was really bad. Quicksilver kind of cheated to try and win, but the Flash ended up beating him anyway. Yeah. But that was hilarious. To be fighting somebody fast enough to go save somebody, then come back to the fight.
Yeah. I would have like, dude, you're fighting me. Why you got time to save people? I would have got mad. So anyway, Flash is faster than light.
Yes, he's faster than light. He can time travel. Quicksilver is fast
as light.
Yeah, he's faster than light.
Oh, then light.
He's faster than light. His normal speed is light speed, but then he can pass light speed. I mean, if you guys know anything about science, physics, time travel, you go past the speed of light, you can basically time travel. So Flash has been known to time travel a lot. Quicksilver, not so much because he can't move that fast, but he still has a lot of really cool things he can do.
Who's this, Jubilee?
No, that's Superboy. So Superboy actually fought Spider-Man, which was kind of weird. Superboy lost, which is to be expected.
Who's Superboy?
Superboy is a clone of Superman, and he's a young boy, a teenage boy clone of Superman. So they fought. It was pretty awesome. Another thing I really like about this book is stats. I was talking to somebody the other day when we were talking about the Hulk, and he was like, "Oh, the Hulk is huge." I'm like, "No, the Hulk is not huge. The Hulk is big, and then as he gets angrier, he gets bigger and stronger and taller and everything." But I mean, even the book, it says he starts off when Bruce Banner turns into the Hulk. He starts off as being 6'6", 1,150 pounds. So 6'6" is a huge man, but he's not like the size of a building or something. So, and in the first Hulk movie, they portrayed that the right way. Which is awesome. So, I don't know. That's my
Thor's like as big as a basketball player, but he's like big.
Exactly, big and wide.
Oh wow.
So the first Hulk movie with Eric Bana is accurate. It's completely accurate to the character as far as how he can run, the bullets bouncing off of him. When he was in that tube and getting angry, he got bigger and bigger, and he got bigger than the tank and through the tank. That's all completely accurate. That's why I love that movie. A lot of people didn't like it, but I liked it. So
didn't the other ones they made him like kind of like 50 feet tall?
Yeah, they made him like 58, 9 stories tall, you know, but that's not accurate. But whatever, it's movies, not the comics, so whatever. So what are your thoughts on the whole DC versus Marvel thing?
For me?
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool the way they do that.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I think they definitely deserve a movie, at least a video game. And what do you guys think? Do you think that what do you think about the matchups, about what happened? Have you ever heard of this? If you've heard of it, let us know. Have you read it? If you haven't read it, go find it. Maybe somebody, a collector, selling it somewhere, you can get your hands on it.
Yeah.
But I would like to know what you guys think of Marvel vs. DC in general. Should it happen? Did you read the comic? What do you think about some of the matchups? Let me know.
He wants to know.
I want to know.
Let's talk movies.
In movies, we're going to be talking about the Divergent Series.
Allegiant, to be exact.
Random Girls.
Which is coming out March 18th, 2016.
Yes. How would the conversation be
2016.
if I didn't start it and she didn't cut me off? So, go ahead.
Anyway.
talk about Divergent. Talk about it.
So anyway, to make a long story short, I'm a huge fan of the series since it came out in 2014. I love the cast, I love the story, I love the graphics, I love the Morris and premise behind it. It's amazing. And I love that pretty much it's a leading action role with a woman. So, what's not to love? And so, pretty much, this movie comes out March 18th, 2016, and pretty much they had Beatrice go through like a 5-test series to get her they opened up the box because Kate Winslet's character was like, the society is going through chaos and divergence, they're getting out of control, we have to open up this box and this will lead us to a better tomorrow. So they had her going through 5, in that movie, they had she was testing a lot of people and they were all dying because they weren't strong enough to complete the series. But Beatrice was, and after she completed the 5-point series, the 5 tests, she opened up the box and then they found out that there was a life outside of the walls and I'm forgetting.
Yeah, and so basically the whole different, what do they call, tribes or something? The whole, I'm not really into the movie like she is, so my memory's a little fuzzy.
Yeah.
But I guess they were called tribes or factions or something.
Yeah.
So all the factions, it was like an experiment, and the point of the experiment was to obliterate all the factions and have the Divergent people lead them outside the wall. So that was the whole point of the movie series, of the books.
Not really. Well, there was chaos and stuff outside the wall, and so they gave this test, to bring peace back to humanity.
Well, my point is, the faction thing was just a big old test, and the point of it was for the Divergents to actually lead them out of there. And she was saying that if they do, that means there's faith in humanity and blah blah blah. So
don't be sound like that for my movie.
I'm just.
I don't say anything about Captain America.
Hey, look, man, I'm trying. Can I do this? Can I do this?
Anyway, I'll pick it up, Combat. So anyway, there was a woman out. She was kind of like a forefather, one of the people that created the test to begin with. So they opened up the box and she was like, pretty much. Foremother, we'll call her Foremother. She was like, pretty much, we did this test because this was like the only hope for society because life outside the wall before we did this was total and utter chaos, like violence everywhere, explosions, everything. So we did this experience to help build society. And she said, well, basically, if you read this box, if you open this box, then hey, you're ready, it's time. And the Divergents are going to be the leaders of the world, which they thought they were all like chaos and they thought they were trouble and outcasts and things like that. So in this movie, that's what they're going to be doing. They're going to be going to outside of the walls. So I'm pretty excited to see that. And I think pretty much Kate Winslet's character might try to get a hold of Beatrice and 4 and all that to try to stop them because she wanted to destroy the box and have nobody find out. So
she's evil.
Yeah. I said it better last time.
So that's all right.
Yeah.
So do you like the Divergent series? Have you watched? Have you seen it? What's your favorite Divergent movie? I mean, these have been out for a little while now. I'm only on the 3rd one. So, let us know what you think about them. Tell us which one you like. Tell us which character you like. Just comment below and start a conversation, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's talk video games.
In gaming, we're going to be talking about Street Fighter V. Game is not even a week old. It's been out, and it had a buggy launch. There was a lot of things that were going on with the server being down, and I think that's just the way gaming is today. So we're gonna kind of, and it's funny because all the game isn't out yet. The DLC isn't out yet. The story isn't out yet. The story mode isn't out yet, I should say.
The story mode, right?
Yeah, the story mode isn't out yet. So, you know what? They want to release a half-cooked, half-baked game. I'm going to review a half-cooked, half-baked game. When they decide to get together, release a full game, then, it is what it is. But
so, when they release everything else, it's going to be free, right, for you guys?
Well, yeah, the DLC is going to be free. You can earn it with fight money.
Yeah.
And then the story mode, I believe, is going to be free. Mm-hmm. So, it's all going to be free, but it's like, dude, how about release a full game? How about that? I mean, Mortal Kombat, they released a full game. I had a story mode, I had challenge towers, I had everything that I needed.
All right, now let's move on to what we do know.
So I'm just this is all related. It's all related.
Yeah.
So it's like my review of the game, like I said, is going to be the game as it is now, the game as it is launched. So here we go. I mean, first of all, you only have a few modes. You have the story mode. It's called story mode in the game, which is a little weird because they're going to come with another story mode later. But it's called story mode. It's only 3 to 4 fights per character, which is also very weird. They did say this is supposed to be a prelogue to the story mode that's coming out later in the year. So, I mean, with that said, it is very interesting. I did like playing the story modes, even though they were short. They had survival mode, I should say, which is like, it's too easy. I talked with a bunch of other people that have played it, few friends, and they all admit it's too easy and it just hard. Like medium, I feel like it should be challenging but not difficult, and this is just easy. So I don't know what to make of survival mode. It's not necessarily fun because it's not challenging. The best part of the game is the online mode, going out and fighting people, doing ranked matches. The battle lounge kind of sucks because you can only do one-on-one fights. And previous Street Fighter, like Street Fighter 4, you had a lounge and you have like 15 people in it, 10 people in it, and you all take turns like you're in an arcade. But this is just one-on-one. So they haven't announced if they're going to be doing more with that mode or if it's just going to be one-on-one yet. I mean, lots of rumors, nothing confirmed, so we'll see. I mean, overall, I do like the game. I think the fighting is awesome, the characters are awesome, the moves are great, and they made it really accessible to everybody. Like M. Bison, for example, or Charlie, for example, they're all charge characters. And for those characters now, their movesets are totally different. You don't have to do charge moves to be able to do the Psycho Crusher or the slide on the floor or the Sonic Boom. So it's really good. I mean, I don't have any complaints about the fighting. I don't have any complaints about the mechanics. I do wish it was a meatier game. So that's just my take on it. What do you think?
I'm just letting you talk because you were talking a lot.
Hey, I'm giving my review on it. You just
I don't know much about it, so
Random Girl,
you don't like when I cut you off, so I'm just letting you talk.
Well, Random Girl has played a few games with me.
Let me talk.
Okay.
So anyway, from what I did gather, the little I don't know about in depth like him, survivor mode and all that stuff. But from what I did play, I liked it a lot. My favorite character so far is Birdie.
Yeah, Birdie.
Birdie. Yeah, my favorite character so far is Birdie. And I think the game is fun.
Yeah, it's definitely fun.
I don't agree with, what's her name, Camille?
Who?
What's her name? Cammy.
Cammy?
Her new look, it looks kind of weird, but yeah, that's the only thing.
Yeah, I think she doesn't like the modeling, of her, like, her face? Or
her face. She usually has like a strong,
she's wearing the same
face. And now she's like, I don't know, so it looks weird.
I don't mind it so much, but like Random Girl said, it's a lot of fun when you're playing with somebody. Mm-hmm. But it's one of those games where you have to play with somebody. The single player modes aren't as strong on their own. We'll see what happens when the story mode comes out. But I mean, if you had to give it a grade, what grade would you give it?
I don't know.
She doesn't know.
I would say I like it.
Okay, so she likes the game. Would you recommend it?
Probably.
Yeah.
Halfway.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, so before I give my final grade on it, the thing I like most about this game is that you can cross-play. The fact that you can be on a PC and play with someone on a PlayStation is earth-shattering. It's new. No game has done it before. And I hope future fighting games can do this. It's going to make the community a lot stronger. And for that, I'm giving it a solid B. Without all the story modes and everything in it, I still got to give it a B because Crossplay is amazing. Fighting mechanics amazing. It's everything that you would want out of a Street Fighter game. So that's my 2 cents. Have you played it? What do you like about it? Did you like I said, I always ask you every section, but do you like it or do you hate it? What's your favorite Street Fighter character? I know Dawson was a little intense. Charlie's crazy. My guy is Ken. I'm pretty much invincible with Ken. And Chun-Li is my second best, although she's not my second favorite. But I digress. What do you guys like? Explain to us in the comments.
He's always bragging about, what's his name, Ken.
Ken is my boy. I'm invincible. I'm like freaking Iron Man when I'm Ken. So, just saying. Just saying. So if you want to come and fight me, my fight ID is combat_AllStar. Come at me, bro. I will lay you down like I'm laying everybody else down. I'm on a 7-win streak right now, baby. Come on, bring it.
Let's get random.
In Random Zone, we're going to be talking about Transformers 5, 6, and 7. And something that James Gunn said, which makes a lot of points. So, what do you want to talk about first? The Transformers or James Gunn?
Let's go into James Gunn first.
So the day after Deadpool released, it became the highest grossing rated R movie. It's smashing all kinds of records, and Fox has something on their hand that they're just finally struck gold with. So James Gunn, who, if you guys know, he directed Guardians of the Galaxy, and he was saying how, when Guardians of the Galaxy came out, everyone was all over it and were amazed how successful it was. And he said because it was its own thing. It was original, it wasn't trying to be like anybody else, and it was just a lot of fun to make.
Yeah.
So Deadpool comes out and does the same exact thing. A lot of fun to make. Labor of love, obviously. Not trying to be like anybody else, and just does it, right?
And number one thing is they stay true to the character. That's
exactly.
number one thing.
Same thing that Guardians of the Galaxy, they stay true to the character too, which is ironic.
Yeah.
So he was saying that after the success of Guardians of the Galaxy, everybody wanted to do a Guardian of the Galaxy-like movie, and there you have all these other movies that are trying to be like Guardian of the Galaxy.
Really?
Humor, action, stuff like that. And I've seen a few. I can't remember any off the top of my head, but there were a few like, oh, it's going to be like Guardians of the Galaxy. So to his point, he was saying that same thing's going to happen to Deadpool. There's going to be all these comic book movies that are going to be rated R, and they're going to be like Deadpool. The funniest thing ever, I swear, I think it was like 2 days later, Fox announced that Wolverine 3 is going to be rated R. It's like, oh my gosh, really?
They're usually like PG-13, aren't they?
Yeah. And the reason why they're PG-13 is because everybody can go see it. They want to make the most money. And that's why rated R movies have been dying off, the past 20 years. Yeah. Especially in superhero movies. So the fact that Deadpool did great, they're going to try their steal with other rated R movies now. And it just kind of sucks.
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't need to be. I can see why Deadpool was, because he's like vulgar. He has I didn't watch it with combat. He went with friends. But, he's a crude guy. And, he has that twisted sense of humor. People love it. And you can't do that with every character because it doesn't match with every character.
Exactly. So. It's like, if you want an authentic Deadpool movie, it has to be rated R. Yeah. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Exactly. So, like, say if, when it's PG-13, you can take your kids to go see it. Teens can go see it. It makes it for a broader audience, and essentially you'll make more money. So, I don't know why they're slimming it down to just why, but it's kind of silly for them to just do rated R.
And Wolverine, to Wolverine, the character's credit, Wolverine should have been a rated R movie from the get-go. If you guys know anything about Wolverine, he's a lot like Lobo. If you're familiar with Lobo in the DC universe, he's cigar smoking, he doesn't like cuss or anything, but he's pretty graphic. He's a pretty graphic dude. And there has been some versions of Wolverine that are not so graphic, like in the TV show and in other properties.
Well, what do you think about the Wolverine movies that they had of him over the last years?
They were good. Okay. I thought they did a great job.
Rated R, though.
No, they weren't. They did a great job working Wolverine into the PG space. There's no need for him to be rated R now. If they were rated R from the beginning, I get it. He should have been rated R from the very get-go, but since he's not, it's not necessary.
So, Combat, are you in agreement that they should? Because you say he's a rated R guy. He's a lot like Lobo. So you say he's a rated R guy, but then you say there shouldn't be a rated R movie.
Right, and the reason why I say that is because the previous movies weren't rated R. If you're gonna change the whole tone of a character and a movie series, it's bad. It's totally bad.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like having a Captain America movie. I don't mean to cut you off and ramble on, but like if you had a Captain America movie that was PG like the ones that we've already seen, and then all of a sudden the fourth movie is like rated R. You just change the tone of the entire franchise of Captain America, and it's a bad thing. I personally think it's a bad thing. So.
Yeah, what if you have teens and kids that favorite superhero is Wolverine? You know, maybe they can't go see it now.
And they saw Wolverine in the past.
Yeah.
And they like those movies. Now they can't go see it. So it creates a conflict.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be so dark. I mean, they show a level of, how serious he can be in other movies without making it rated R, so they don't have to do that.
Yes, not necessary, but
Yeah.
Deadpool was popular. It smashed all kinds of records, highest grossing rated R movie of all time. So they're like, let's try rated R. They're doing exactly what James Gunn said. They're not being original. They're not doing what they feel is going to be right for the character, right for the movie. They're doing what they think is going to make money. So, and that brings us to, speaking of doing things that'll make money, Transformers 5, 6, and 7 was announced last week.
Yeah.
Why? Does that movie make enough money for people to actually want to see a 5, 6, and 7 movie?
Who's the cast?
I don't know. We don't know who the cast is yet. They just announced it. Hey everybody, 5, 6, and 7 happening. So that's what we got. And the internet together said why. I've talked to so many people on Twitter. I've talked to so many people on Facebook. I've talked to so many people at work, at my day job. No one wants to see these movies. Nobody. Why? Why?
The first two were strong. The first two were okay.
Yeah. First two were amazing. I mean, they had a lot of humor in it. It was a good balance. Great job. Don't like Megan Fox, but still great job. Then after that, I mean, I will admit, the one with Mark Wahlberg, that was, what was that, 4? The one with Mark Wahlberg, can't even say his name, with Marky Mark, it was good. I liked it. I didn't expect to like it. I heard it was good, watched it, liked it. Okay. It should have left it there. But, more?
Did he have a girlfriend or did she die off?
Ooh, Mark Wahlberg? He had a daughter. And he was an inventor. So he was tinkering himself, trying to make his next big thing, and then the Transformers came, and he wanted to reverse engineer them so he can make money. He
wasn't the same character as the...
No, he was a completely different character.
Okay.
So it was like continuing stories from where the Transformers left off, having the Transformers be the main characters, and then having the human anchor the story.
Oh.
So, I mean, for what it's worth, I liked it. I thought it was a great movie, and wasn't what I expected. So, but I don't think it warranted 3 more movies at all.
Yeah.
Should have been the last one. So, I mean, generally speaking, they do these movies because they made money. Did 4 really make that much money to... I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know.
Anyway, that's all I'm going to talk about in Transformers. Did you guys like 1 through 4? Or are you wanting to see 5, 6, and 7? Let me know, because I haven't run into anybody that has. So it'll be interesting to see if you do, why you want to. I'm not knocking you, I'm just kind of curious. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching the Kombat AllStar show. I like the hat. She stole the hat that we was wearing a little bit. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Like, subscribe, share, donate. We got the donate button there.
Because we're broke. We need some money.
And we need to do some way cooler stuff.
Yeah.
And we need your help to get the equipment to do that stuff.
I need to get some shoes. I need to get some socks.
No, forget shoes.
I'm planning on going on vacation next week.
We ain't gonna go on vacation with your money. She's crazy. We're gonna use it. We're gonna use it for the show. It's gonna be awesome.
If you like what you see, donate.
And like and subscribe as always.
Yes. And as I was saying, the Kombat was saying, every Sunday, hit us up on Twitch TV, 8:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 10:30 p.m. if you're on the East Coast, Eastern Standard Time. If you live in Cali, on the other side, the lefty side, then it's 7:30. There we go. We're gonna be there. Have some fun.
Yeah, talk to us and stuff. We love doing
Bring
these
out
streams.
your crepes and Mountain Dews and whatnot.
Crepes? Who eats crepes and Mountain Dew?
It's a French dish. It's very good.
Who out there eats crepes and drinks Mountain Dew?
I know you do. Actually, I don't, but it seems like, I don't know, I'm just mentioning stuff. Crepes, Mountain Dews, pizzas, whatever you want to do, bring your food, have some fun.
Yeah, and until next time, y'all, so long as and thank you for joining us for the February episode. Next episode is next month, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome.
We're going to let y'all know on Twitter.
We're going to let you know.
All right.
And like I was saying before, until